Personally, I will say this. I'll say this because I've been thinking this for a little bit about Ice Spice. I feel like right now, and I hope it doesn't pan out this way. I hope it doesn't pan out this way, but I'll say currently, as far as like what I am seeing, as far as like the popularity of Munch and all that shit, I kind of feel like Ice Spice is being set up to fail. Um, I don't know how that new project is shaping up right now because obviously there is going to be an album at some point. Like obviously somebody is pushing for her to make a project, but I feel like just kind of parading her around in multiple places is to just perform like the one song and maybe another track that people are kind of clowning on the internet is like not is not the best way to kind of like secure the longevity of her career, if I'm being honest. And I guess like it's not necessarily anyone's fault because I mean nobody knew this song was going to hit, and from what I understand, it's not like she has like a giant back catalog to reference from, as far as people kind of being able to then go on to listen to a million other songs that she's dropped that maybe sound similar or are better or, different in some kind of significant way. So, I feel like they're really just like kind of bringing her around to different places and spaces, almost as if she's like, just like this weird little viral sideshow. And, while it does create exposure, I think simultaneously it does create overexposure. And I think it's leading to a lot of people not taking her as seriously as they should as an artist. I feel like a lot of people are just like kind of taking her as if she's, just like a meme. And, which is unfortunate because I do think there are some ideas on the Munch track that are kind of cool. It's a fun track. It's a good track. But, I feel like if an artist that had like, a more built up, a more respectable catalog had dropped that track and it went viral, there'd be a lot more like respect coming that person's way. Whereas with Ice Spice, because it was almost like, a bit of a fluke, it was a shot in the dark. It's just like this random occurrence, the virality of it. It sort of seems like people are kind of treating her in a much less serious way. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not really crazy about that. I just feel like she's being set up to fail a little bit, be it through her own decisions and actions or the decisions and actions of people around her who are obviously trying to make like a quick buck off the fact that like this song is like really really popular, really hot. I haven't heard the song. I mean, look up Ice Spice on YouTube. It'll be the first song that you see. Really popular, really hot right now. And I just feel like she's being treated and marketed in such a way to where it's clear that there's people around her that don't think that there's going to be as big of a song coming down the pipe. And they're just like trying to squeeze every fucking like drop of blood out of this shit that they can. And I'm not sure if she's entirely aware of the fact that that is happening to her right now. I feel like she thinks that she's just kind of like partaking in a bunch of media opportunities, but like, ultimately, her career is going to live and die by the quality of the music that she releases. Like, it does not matter how many interviews you do. It doesn't matter how many viral performances you have. It doesn't matter how many like, crazy out there tweets there are, or kind of like, crazy video or audio exposures on the internet or like leaks of stuff that you're coming out with. All that stuff like definitely creates some fervor, but it will disappear like smoke the moment that people hear some new songs or a new record that disappoints them. But what is important to know is that, again, ultimately her career is going to thrive and survive by the music that she releases. And, I hope that there is as much effort going into what the new songs are sounding like, as, clearly there is some effort going into just, putting her in front of a camera as often as fucking possible. And again, I don't know if that's like the best for her right now. I think she's got a fair amount of exposure. I don't know if she needs any more. I feel like if we're going to see another few, years out of this artist's career, we need to be worried about what the music's sounding like. And, not just like getting her in the studio doing her thing, but like, if all the songs just like kind of sound like, fucking 15 different versions of Munch, yeah, I'm telling you, that's going to fucking flop. You know, we've already been there with fucking Fetty Wap, which, you know, respect to Fetty Wap and Trap Queen is an amazing track. But like the response to Trap Queen popping off was to come out with a record where we had numerous tracks on there that were just basically trying to copy the Trap Queen formula, and look at where that ended up. You know, if we just like force her into making a million different songs that just like kind of fucking sound like, you know, a fucking munch, this is not going to go far. This is not going to go anywhere. Like you know, if anybody actually cares about the, you know, success of her career going forward, Quedeca Twitter melon. Okay. All right. I will look at it at some point after I finish my rant. If anybody cares about the success of her career coming down the pipe, what they need to be doing is hooking her up with like some good producers, some good writers, and put her in like a Lotto situation, you know, because she's having like some really big hip hop and pop crossovers right now. And I think Ice Spice has the potential to do the same, you know, if like coached in the right way.